welcome if you're new to the channel as well and you've yet to discover Vanguard Tactics. Hopefully you will subscribe and absolutely love the content here. So now I've got a big announcement to make. There was a huge announcement today in the UK, and that was that in the UK, as of today, we are going to be in another 3 weeks of lockdown, which means for you guys, you have another 21 days to put up with me, giving us a total of 54 days of going live. Let's see if I can do it. That's quite a lot. That's like, a sixth-ish of a year. That's crazy. So we're going to go for it. I'm going to try and turn up every single day at 6 o'clock to answer your questions on 40K. So anyway, welcome to everyone in the chat. Thank you all again for, joining live. Now, have you noticed anything new? Who can spot the new thing? There's two things that are different today. Two things. And it's not my hair's got longer, because that was already getting long. Oh, my hair's going to look awful after 54 days of that haircut. That's going to be bad. Yep. Got a nice new aqualight, to go with the teal. Also, I've got something else coming as well. I've got cool blue neo lights or aqualights to go in the cabinet there, so it will illuminate the models. But there's also one more. No, the cabinet hasn't moved. The camera's moved. Okay, so I'm actually now. I got myself a new monitor because I was really struggling looking at my screen trying to edit. And if you guys have ever used Final Cut Pro, you've got like a tiny little screen here. You've got this big bar where all your clips are, and you're like looking like this, trying to edit. And I was like, I need to get a more serious screen. So I film in 4K, so I needed a 4K screen. So I've got a bigger screen now, which if you want to see it, you can ask me. Maybe I'll put a picture up on Instagram of the new office setup as I'm working on it. It's not day 24. I don't know what day it is. I'm losing the plot. Literally losing the plot now. So anyway, what was I going to say? There's one more change. And that is, I'm wearing a different t-shirt. How many people even noticed it? You lot didn't even know. You lot didn't know that I was wearing a different t-shirt to normal. So there's a reason why I wear the same for that. Number one, if I like a style and it fits, why make my life more complicated? I will just order multiples of them. So I've got 3 versions of that t-shirt, or three types. I've got a short sleeve, a long sleeve, another long sleeve, and then another one as well. So I've got 4 actually, 4 tops, all pretty much exactly the same. And the reason why I do that a lot with everything. And the reason for that, and actually I've got an analogy why this is so important, okay? But I do the same with socks. If I'm going to buy a new run of socks, I'll get rid of all my old ones and I'll wear them until they're literally like, they need to go. Then I'll buy the same pair of socks all throughout, okay? So it doesn't mean when I open my drawer, when you're doing your pairings, you just know that you don't need a left and a right of this particular style. You're not trying to there searching for socks. No, you just put them together. That's your pair, okay? Same with underwear. Buy it all in, boom, all the same. Now, the reason for that is one simple reason. I never wake up in the morning and have to think about what I'm going to wear. Okay, so when you are trying to be productive and when you want to maximize your focus and you want to maximize your brain power, then it's really, really crucial that you literally eliminate decision making and you maintain decision making for the most vital, crucial aspects that you need to focus on. Okay, and if you can do that, then I promise you will be more decision making process. It eliminates decision fatigue, as your brain can only think about so many things and you can only focus on that much stuff. So Why am I telling you this? Because it is crucial for becoming a better 40k player, okay? When you are at a game or you are in a tournament, then you want to keep everything as structured, simple, straightforward, less complicated, less decision making as possible, because there are so many decisions to make in the game, and you have to react constantly to what your opponent's doing. You know, the deployment, the map, the terrain, the dice. You need to, you know, essentially reevaluate everything. So what you can do to make your life a lot easier is when you're picking units, you just literally, I don't like this word, but you'll kind of know what I mean. You spam them, okay? You take the same unit, up dice. You only need to remember certain numbers, all right? You need to know, okay, I've got that many attacks, got this many models, learn from those experiences because they're happening 3 times over in a game rather than just 1 time. Therefore, you can put that experience back into practice and you can learn from your mistakes, and it will evidently make you a better player. This is one of the reasons why I you know, practice the way I deploy, because I'll run that strategy over and over and over again. I'll even sometimes draw up a diagram of this is how you're going to deploy, Steve. Don't deviate from the plan. Like sometimes when I deploy my army, I don't even look up. I literally don't even care where my opponent is. I just look up and go, cool, that's where you've gone. I'm doing this. Here we go. Doesn't matter, okay? And we had this discussion in our community group today. James, I'm calling you out, James. I don't mean that in a nasty way, by the way. James will take this in good faith. But James asked me the question, what should you do if, or he asked the question, do you often find yourself getting caught out by like your opponent's mistakes? Now, I teach people to set up a game plan, okay? So they pre-game, they know, and we do this every single day in our group. We do daily lessons to help build on this. But basically, you get to the table and you go, right, so I need to get a hold, I need to get a kill, and I need to kill that unit, I need to hold that unit, or I need to hold that objective, I need to move block there. So there's like 3 things you kind of need to do, and that's pretty much it. Anything more than that is just like greedy, really. Okay, so 3 things to do, and you'll probably win the game if you just do that. Okay, every single turn, as long as providing the right choice, obviously. Now, here's the thing. So James said, oh, he had his plan, and then his opponent did something, and he thought, oh, that's good, I can do that, I'll take advantage of that. Went for it, didn't pan out, and he lost the game. And that was because he tried to play his opponent's game rather than his own. And if he'd have just stuck to the game plan, he would have done it. So we are going to do an entire podcast on this, some of the greatest lessons that myself and Jack and maybe Mark, whoever else we can get on, but me and Jack and somebody else, we've ever looked at, we've ever done, from my very long-winded way as to why I wear the same t-shirt every single day. Now you know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm mixed up today. Thought I'd get creative, you know, and that's okay too. It's all right to get to creative. It's also because it's real hot, and I was like, I can't wear a long sleeve t-shirt today. I need to get changed. So yeah. Anyway, and also guys, stay hydrated when it is warm. Okay, lots of headaches, or you know, you're feeling hungry all the time. It's probably because you're not hydrated enough. So in terms of hydration, try and drink enough water so that by the time you get to midday, your urine or pee is clear, and try and maintain that clear, urine throughout the rest of the day, and you're going to be pretty well hydrated. So just make sure you're doing that as the weather gets better, okay? Anyway, so ask me your 40k questions and I'll answer them. Let's go into the chat, as I've been 10 minutes just talking about, you know, stuff that you're probably not even interested in. Okay, so here we go. How you guys doing? Yeah, got the Aqua Fresh look. The hobby table's empty, yeah, so cleaned it up, didn't I? Cleaned it up, but don't worry. The grey nights are not finished yet, and I'm going to finish that video on Saturday, okay? But I just needed to clear up just to actually clear my headspace, yeah. It was getting a bit get a bit much over there. So I was like, no, it's got to go. I'll get it back out Saturday. Yeah, and I've had a really productive day today. The podcast about the Space Wolves is literally going live. Podcast is just gone live on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, all those other good stuff. So that's literally just gone live today. And just now there's a blog post that you can check out as well on our website. So yeah, all good. Right, so what do you think will be the changes on the Death Guard Psychic Awakening? I probably get asked every single question. Every day I get asked, what do I think about the new Psychic Awakening for something? And you know what? I say the same thing every time. Then I'll say it again. I don't know. And I hate guessing. I hate it. Because then I'll just be... People ask me about this, right? People ask me about the Death Watch. And then I got really excited about what they might get. And now I've just seen some previews. And now I'm disappointed. So it's because you lot making me think about what might come out. I don't like it, okay? Set minimal expectations, and then whatever you get is a pleasant surprise. Yeah, doing good. Greetings, sorry I'm late, no worries, Jack, I'll let you off this one time, late again, and that's it. You're going to be cut from the channel, I'm going to block you and everything, okay? So watch it, you better be on time. Yeah, right, so whereas one unit of... what is one unit in any codex that isn't competitive but you wish it was? What unit in a codex? Let's think. What do I wish it was? What's my favorite unit that isn't competitive? It's tough actually, because most units you can make. The Wraith Knight. Wish that was competitive, but it's not. I tried it. Yeah. Yeah. Wraith Knight. I'm going to stick with that. Or Shadow Spectres. Oh, they are such a crazy good model. Love them. So anyway, the War Mistress, how you doing? Thanks for checking out the channel. There is something so freeing about having a uniform. Yeah, just gets you in that routine as well. Routine is great. I'm going to start my journaling again tonight as well, because I couldn't do it last time because I was up until like 12 yesterday. Yeah, long time to be. I had like an 18-hour day yesterday, all about 40k. So that's why my eyes are a bit sleepy today as well. Heresy Club, wow, I made it to the live show. Sorry, can't stay. It's dinner time. We'll watch later. Keep up the good work. Chris has said, thanks for all the shows. They're amazing. Could I ask how you load out your Grey Knight Paladins and Grey Knight Terminators? So my Paladins, I've got 2 staves. I've got 5 halberds, 3 falchions. That's what I've gone for. And just Stormbolters everywhere, yeah. And again, exactly the same, but twice. Keep it simple. You'll notice with all my lists, it's just that unit, the way I want it, and then it's the same. Yeah, that's how I do it. Simple. Less things to remember, more time to focus on other stuff. So what is one unit? Stephen, I've just downloaded the Ultramarine Codex to have a look at about turning blue. What are your favorite stratagems apart from the fight 3 times? You are making me seriously consider it. Favorite stratagems: 2 CPs, redeploy 3 units. That is incredible. Utterly amazing. Overwatch with 3 units within 6 inches. Unbelievable stratagem, like literally unbelievable stratagem. And then what else? Seal of Oath. I mean, that's not a stratagem, but that's an incredible relic that you have to take. That's probably it. Between those, That's all you need. And then fight 3 times, yeah. Oh. In fact, I'm going to share this. No, I'm not going to share this cheeky little stratagem with you lot. It's going to be a top secret one. Yeah, just for us, Steve. We're going to, have Ultramarine, Vanguard Vets. Oh, that's where it's at. Yes. Nice. 50 days, thanks. Thought about 2 as mix versus nuance unit for behind enemy line secondary. Right, so Chaplain Dreads. I used to like them until everyone took them. See, I don't really like things everybody else does. Like, it kills me when... by the way, can you guys hear me okay? I've put the mic behind here, but yeah, let me know. So it kills me when people go, oh, put a Leviathan in a Blood Angels list. No, don't do that. It's not a good idea. If it doesn't have a jump pack, it doesn't go on a Blood Angel list, right? Ask yourself the same for Dark Angels. Does it have a plasma gun? No. Should you put it, or can you put it on a bike? No. Is it a Terminator? No. Should it be in your army? Probably not. Now, I do like suppressors, because 3 units of suppressors, everyone overlooks them, but they actually put out this roughly the same amount of shots as a Leviathan Dreadnought string. But the difference is you get 20 shots, and from the Leviathan, the 3 units of suppressors put out 18, so there's 2 shots in it. The Leviathan hits on 2s, but if he moves, it's 3s. The suppressors hit on 3s if you move 4s, so, not quite as good. But here's the kicker. You got a 48-inch range, and you can go in deep strike. But everything else is the same. Strength 7, -2, 2 damage. So the stats are the same, but with the suppressors, they are more they're just a better utility unit than a Leviathan, in my opinion. Yeah. And they're cheaper as well. They're cheaper, so it's good. But Plasma Inceptors for you, I think if you're going to go Dark Angels, just go for it. Put that plasma, Weapons of the Dark Age on and just blow people away with it. It'd be great, yeah. So I would go suppressors and Inceptors. And I wouldn't take any Chaplain Dreads or Leviathans. I'd mix it right up. That's what I would do. That's way cooler, yeah. Because then they get the 4+. You could give everyone that 4+ invulnerable save as well. You could give them, like, maybe not feel no pain. Maybe, I don't know. If you could take it, great. Loads of intercessors in the mix there. Get some Thunder Hammers on the go with sergeants. Yeah. So Thomas said, you've talked about Wraith Blades in the past. Deep striking unit with a sear of rerollable charge on a 3+ charge with range, headstrong, ghost walk, swords. Why swords over axes? No. Axes over swords. Okay, so the axes, you get the 3+. You get the 3+ invulnerable save because you put protect on them, and then they get a 2+ save as well. So you definitely go axes. All right. You can always give them the power +1 to hit as well. So yeah, 10-man unit of Wraith Boys. Okay, and I've actually got them over there. Okay, I'll show you. That is probably the best model I've ever painted. So if you want to see the ink on, give this a like, and if I see the likes go up, I'll know you guys want to see the ink on. But that is my favorite model and probably one of the best units in the game, I would say, when played correctly. It just needs an army to go with it, and that's what it's currently. Very nice, sir. You thought about going a bit insane, going on about socks and paints and what people are in the internet, but a very good point. I always suffer with losing concentration in games. Yep, absolutely. Chris from YouTube would love to know what your thoughts are on how to use Harlequin. Certainly putting them on the table, no doubt, very soon. So I need to get some reps in first. I need to, I'm a bit rusty with the Harlequins to give you any good advice, I think. I'll just be telling you what I already know, but I need some fresh new material to work with. Yeah. Luke, will they give Tyrannid any help anytime soon, or any lesser win rate armies kind of timeline could be expected for this? Nids are okay, actually. So Nick Nanavati did really well at a recent tournament with them. He won an RTT, I think, a large RTT with Nids. So they're actually good. Like I think Nids have got some good play, really good play, but they're just a really, really, really hard army to use. That's their problem. They're good, but you have to be real good with them. What was the best starter army besides Space Marines? Grey Knights are a good starter army, I think, and that's why I've brought up this video, because it's a perfect starter army. An Eldar mech, like an Eldar mech vehicle list, is quite a good starter army. I think you can't really go wrong with that. So like 3 Night Spinners, 3 Fire Prisms, 3 Planes, then a couple of little farces and stuff. As soon as you've got your order down of what powers you cast first, where to point your guns properly, yeah, it's quite good. Quite a good little army, I think, to get going with. Like, because you got the fly keyword, Eldar are very forgiving. So yeah. It's good. You can't get trapped in stuff. Show and videos. Love your content. Big thumbs up. Hope you could get me off the fence into the mentorship after a short chat. Absolutely. Drop me an email, and we can set up we can have a chat about it. I've got one more space left on the VIP program. Yeah, there was 5 spaces available. They only went on sale 2 days ago, and there is 1 left. So if you're interested in that program, the VIP program is people that really want to accelerate their knowledge, their learning, and get super comfortable with the game and just take their game to that next level as quickly and as efficiently as possible without making mistakes. Save you some money on what models you want, but then when you do get new books, you know exactly how to use it. You know how to use your army very, very quickly. You know how to adapt to the meta. All this stuff that we talk about every single day. Yeah, so there's 1 place left on that VIP full access program. So yeah, so shoot me an email, and then yeah, also put your YouTube name in the email so I know who it is as well. And to send me an email, just send it to Stephen at, and my name's spelled with a PH, so Stephen at vanguardtactics.com. Send it to that, and I'll get back to you later today or tomorrow morning, depending on what time it is, So, would you be able to explain how you use chess clocks in game? Yeah, I will actually. That's a good question. And got mine right here. Look at that. It's like I knew you were going to ask me. So, chess clock. Oh yeah, put your name on the bottom, by the way. Okay, do that. Tip 1, because everyone uses the same chess clock. This is a Leap. Get it from Amazon. It's like 20 quid. Get one. Pragmax, wasn't it? Probably needs a new battery. We'll see if we can warm it up. Oh, we're in. Okay, so press the middle button. Press it again and again. And again, and boom, it's there. Then you hold it, that will set it. Cool. Now what happens is when it's my turn, when I'm doing any actions, the clock, and I roll a smite and you want to deny it, okay, then what I would do is that you would then pick up your dice and I'd pop the time over to you. You would roll your deny roll. If it failed or whatever like that, no other bits and bobs you want to do, like stratagems you want to use. Cool. Time comes back to me. I would then resolve how many D3 mortal wounds I do. Okay. Then let's say it's 2. Time would go back to you while you review your mod, or like you remove your models, because you might want to spend some time. You might have some feel no pains to roll. You might want to think about which model you remove. So this happens on your time, basically. Okay. Then once you've done that, you're happy. Time goes back to me. I move into my shooting phase. I roll my hits. I roll my wounds, all on my time. Time is on me. When you're rolling dice, the time is on you. And that is it. Now, if you run out of time, that's a whole different thing. And I did a really good interview with Neil Kerr, the head referee. We spoke a lot about cheating, which is why it's called Cheating Head Referee, because we spoke about cheating with head referee Neil Kerr. He's not a cheating head referee. He's actually an exceptional referee. And we had a really, really good chat about chess clocks, about what happens if you clock out, time out, all that sort of stuff. So definitely go and give that a listen. Hopefully that was helpful. So in your opinion, which is the least competitive army in 40k and why? Oh, it's a tough one. I mean, excluding like Sisters of Silence, and like Heretic Guard, because they're not really flushed out enough, are they? I'd actually probably say Death Guard are up there. They struggle at the moment. They just don't have enough units or stratagems to really be that. And they're just quite slow. They don't have the mobility. They're quite durable, but now with the power output from everyone else, that durability's kind of sort of been, gone out the window a little bit. So, yeah, Death Guard, I think, are in a tough place. Yeah, tough place. That if I had to take, someone said to me, what army? You're going to be in a raffle, and you can say which one army do you not want in the hat to go into a tournament with. I think I'd be happy to play any army apart from Death Guard. Yeah. I don't know if I like the aesthetic either, to be honest. I think there's something to do with that. Yeah. I'm more like an Emperor's Children kind of guy. Yeah. So what else we got here? Stefan has said, do you think 3 sister squads offer enough versatility in screening, preventing deep strikes? Well, that depends on the list build. I do not mind if people want a deep strike near my army. Not a problem. I'm like, cool, come on over. Come and have some funsies in combat. We're good with that. If you've got a shooting castle, yeah, it's probably not enough. But then if I'm running a screen, I'd run 3 units of Seraphim, not Bolter Sister squads. I'm just taking the Bolter Sisters for the CP. So if I need more CPs, then yeah, I'd take 6, but I don't need that many more CPs, so I'll just take 3. So I don't really screen with infantry. I think you get trapped. So you want to screen with flying infantry or flying tanks, ideally. You post a Space Wolf podcast and live stream at the same time. Yeah, just multitasking. Just curious, what are your top 3 favorite factions in 40k? Okay, these are Blood Angels, Harlequins, and what else do I like? Yeah, something along those lines. They're definitely up there. What's your go-to order for Sorrow? Bloody Rose. Yeah. I've got 2 detachments of Bloody Rose, 1 detachment of Ebon, or whatever they're called. Space Wolves or Blood Angels? I like close combat. Well, Blood Angels are quick. Space Wolves hit harder. Space Wolves are more durable. Blood Angels, you get more models. So, yeah, they're both very, very good. Space Wolves probably beat Blood Angels, though. Yeah. In terms of that matchup, I would have it on a Space Wolf army out of the 2. When are we going to get some 6 Vanguard Tactics merch down the pipe? When coronavirus is done, I'll be able to release that all. We're talking kit, clothing, objective markers, you name it, we're going to have it. So yeah, lots of stuff to come. And then our new studio is where we can then ship it out from and all stuff. So yeah, obviously coronavirus has put me behind a little bit. Yeah. Hey, hope you got my message about possibly playing my Imperial Fist in the future after coronavirus situation. I don't know if I got that message, Jordan. I'm not sure if I got that message. Where did you send me that message, Jordan? Let me know. Pro Marlene, Loud and Clear Man, DQR. How to operate a unit with many models like 20 possessed. I used it sometimes, but it stuck between builds. Not really sure what you mean, to be honest, by that question. Would you include Swift Claws in your Wolves list with no Thunderwolf? No. Wolfen and Incursors is probably where I'm going with most of my Space Wolves list. My Space Wolves list is below, so you can check that out in the description. You can download it. Or I'd run 18 Cavalry. I think that could be quite good. Are you interested in the lore or just the game? So I do like the lore, but I'm just not very good at remembering it, basically. Yeah, I do like it. And I just don't really get that much time to read the books that I'd want to. I read a lot of business books. I read a lot of kind of self-progression books. Yeah, so I don't really get that much time to read other books, really. Yeah, unfortunately. They're like more, because I see reading as an education, like part of my business, and I'm always thinking, how can I work? How can I work? How can I work? So it's kind of like education for me. But yeah, the law, not, yeah. Maybe because I do read a law book when I'm on holiday because I'm like, I want to switch off from all that. So the last one I read was, I read the Vanguard Tactics is 40k only. Oh, hang on a minute. So does it have a flamer or melter or hammer? If yes, play it in salamanders. Kind of. What about the Blood Angel Contemptor with a jump pack? Yep. If it's a Libby Dread, that works. Although I would love to see a Contemptor Dreadnought for Blood Angels, yeah. With the jump pack, that'd be sweet. Only of White Scars or Raven Guard. Are you interested in the lore? Yep. Otherwise, they are free kill. Matt said, sorry, Matt, I didn't answer your question earlier. I didn't see it in the chat in our Facebook group. Hey, do you think of what do I think of a Blood Angel and Deathwatch mix it? 3 units of vets, the way I like to, and as I've mentioned on the mentorship before, I think the best way to run them. Then 3 units of Sangard, or 2 units of Sangard, 1 Death Company with Ashtorath, Lamartes, and a Priest. Those 3 characters, Watchmaster, Captain with the jump pack, 3 units of vets, 3 units of Sangers. Probably run that. See how that goes down. Jordan said, suppressors in the Blood Angels list, thoughts, because they're a badass model. So convert them into your characters. That would be cool. But yeah. But they're okay. Like, if you wanted to put some shooting thing out, I wouldn't be opposed to putting 3 units of suppressors in a Blood Angel list. Or probably better, if you really like those models, give them like bolt guns, sort of heavy bolter looking ones, and run them as inceptors, because they're not bad either, because they can drop down turn 2 with obviously the inceptors are probably better. They can drop down, they're toughness 5, 3 wounds each, and they'll get the 5+ feel no pain if you keep them within 6 of the banner. So that's kind of what you want to do. That'd be actually better than running the Leviathan, definitely in Blood Angels. Yeah, for sure. You'll still make mistakes. I am proof. Yeah, I'll always make mistakes. Also, thoughts on death masks for Sanguinary Guard? No. Never take death masks, because you'll make your opponent minus leadership, and you do not want to do that, because you're trying to wrap and trap your models, and if you get a kill off and then they've got minuses to their leadership, you're going to kill them when you don't want to, and then they'll pick yourselves out of combat, and you didn't get your wrap off because you paid the points for it. So I really hate anything leadership related. I just think it's not the way to go. Unless it's shooting based, then it's all right, but not combat based or close up based. It needs to be long range, distance leadership modifiers. Yeah. There's a lot of salt, because the reason why they're brought in is to stop slow playing. Now, people don't really argue about slow playing that much, but it does happen, and it's really, really frustrating, and it will ruin your day. So if someone's got like a big orc army and they know they play slow, for example, I'm just using that one as an example. You know, I'm not just saying all orc players are whatever, but it could be anything. Because let's just say they've got a lot of models to move, and they don't like the chess clock because they feel like they're under pressure moving all their models. They feel like that's unfair, but it's not, because you both should have equal time to play the game. Yeah. And again, it comes down to your, like, I can talk about sportsmanship for ages, as you know, that's kind of my thing really, but you know, it's a gentleman's game. You know, I never want to my opponent to feel like they've had less time than they should have. Yeah, because then if I win the game because of that, then it's a bit of a hollow victory, right? It's going to be completely meaningless. I want to make sure that they've had just as many fair chances as I've had, and I would also like that same appreciation or respect for me. And I'm always up for talking about and having these discussions, and I share my games with you guys. I share what happens, the real kind of story behind it, because then hopefully people can sit back and think, how would have I acted in that situation? Yeah. When you can start to critically evaluate your behavior and how you think about these things, you'll often probably make better decisions later down the line. So Sam said, can you give me an idea of what to put in a Jeanstealer list? Do you mean Jeanstealer cult list or a Jeanstealer nid list? Because they're different, very different. And the cheat sheet, no, I don't think I have that anymore, because it'd be outdated anyway. That I did like well over a year ago when that Jeanstealer cult book came out. What do you consider to be the best Imperial Fist unit considering the nerf to chapter tactics? Do you go in for turn 1 Alpha Strike, or like Centurions or Heavy Bolters are still incredible? Yeah, the detachment they get is still mental, still really, really good. Yeah, just with Heavy Bolters and obviously the rapid fire weapons, Hurricane Bolters I'm looking for. Thank you very much for just clarify. Use your time for your actions during the game. Yep, pretty much. Why Harlequins? Well, they're just so cool, aren't they? They're just amazing. They just look incredible. Yeah, just so cool. Jordan said on Vanguard Tactics Facebook page, I mentioned I have quite a good ITC competitive Imperial Fist for a possible battle report in the future. Hope that helps. Yeah, I mean, Jordan, people that are on the mentorship program will always get first refusal to do a battle report with me. Obviously, you know, it's in my interest to help my students and spending that time with them during a battle report. So to be honest, I can't really do much like sort of random battle reports. I don't really have the time to. I don't know, if I'm honest, the Blood Angel versus Imperial Fist matchup is very well matched. I don't think it would be very close. Yeah. Especially now after the nerf, I think the Blood Angels take it. And also with the new ITC format, I don't think the Imperial Fist would have much of a chance, to be honest, in that matchup, knowing how, you know, those have gone in the past. But yeah, appreciate you reaching out nonetheless. What warlord trait do you take for Space Wolves in the list you wrote the other day? Would you keep, when you keep saying take 30 Wolfen in other videos, why does your list only have 24? Oh, I mean, just for points. But yeah, trying to get close to that 30 number as possible, essentially. If I ever say, oh, I'll take 30 Sanguinary Guard or whatever, I'm trying to get as close to that number as possible, and then I'll dial back the efficiencies so I can squeeze in the rest of the army, right? So when I'm sat here trying to like go, what would I take? I don't know like how it's all going to work out. It's like I'd probably go for this as best as I can. So yeah, and then try and squeeze in the other bits and bobs, really. Yeah, the warlord trait, I think, is the I'm not even sure which one it was. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Let's have a little look at one of them. Got it on the old phone here, the Space Wolf Codex. There's some really cool Space Wolf characters, though. Some really cool ones. So I'm just getting there. Either total of 5 models in a fight phase with your warlord. So yeah, it's an easy deed to do. An extra attack for everyone. Happy days. I've really Gods has said I've gotten really comfortable with 40k. I'm looking to start recommendations. Harlequins would be a challenge. Yep, that would be a challenge. Harlequins. And if you master it, oh, you'll get so good at the game. So good. Yeah. Could you discuss Chaos Knights in a competitive setting tomorrow? Maybe. Maybe. Could look at some Chaos Knights. I do want to talk about that actually at some point. I considered painting the HQ and elites in my White Scars army in black and yellow. Would I still be able to put them on the table as a first founding, or they have to be a successor? I would not have a problem with you saying they're White Scars. I would not have a problem with you saying they're that. But I'm pretty chilled about that kind of thing. As long as the army looks good, you've took some time to, paint them, do some cool conversions, all that. So I think that's great. If it's just a case of no, but I wouldn't mind. But then some tournaments do mind. So it literally depends on where you go. Yeah. Best Guard Regiment combo for ITC, best Lehman Russ Regiment. So, right, guys, I'm gonna call that there because I need to go make dinner. But guys, come back tomorrow. We can chat more about this stuff. It's been great as always. But yeah, 48 minutes. I think this is the longest rated. Okay. See you later, guys.